tool groupies? Today we're reviewing this Craftsman 7-piece raised panel standard 12-point wrench set, which I picked up at my local Lowe's for right around $22 plus some tax. Not too bad for what you get right here, especially considering I was only aiming to replace a few wrenches that I've lost over a long period of time. Now, unfortunately, I did want USA made to replace them with, but I just haven't had the time to get online and try to find the USA made wrenches that I need to complete my set. Now, sometime in the future, I will replace them. I'll go on eBay. I'll find some somewhere at these trade sales. I'll find it on Facebook Marketplace, maybe a flea market or a pawn shop, and I will get the American made ones that I needed. But until then, I wasn't going to go down there and spend $10 or $12 per wrench whenever the sizes I needed are right here. Only ones I needed was 5/8, 11/16, 3/4, and 13/16, which I did pick up on the side by itself. Craftsman is not as good as it once was. These are not the USA made stuff that your daddy had in his toolbox. It just ain't going to happen that way, but these will get the job done. You know, if you're going to be hammering and beating and banging on something and your choice is something between Craftsman and what you can find down there at Harbor Freight, you know what? These are a hell of a lot better than Pittsburgh Pro. Now, as far as going head-to-head with Icon, I can't tell you whether they'll be that good or not. You know, if you want to go that route, go for it. You want a really good quality set of wrenches, though, check out Gear Wrench. You want a complete set? They got a 44-piece set. Goes all the way up to 1.5 inch, I believe it is, for the standard size, and 32 millimeter for the metric size. But it's going to cost you about $240. You want something nice and simple? Right here you go. Now, the case itself, this is a little bit much for the case. You know, they probably could have sold these for $18 if they would have just took the case. This is a big, thick case. I mean, they put a lot of effort into this with the Craftsman name and all that stuff. I guess it's meant to where if you're at a work site and you want to keep these at your work site, all you got to do is pick them up by the handle and go make your repair. You can stick them back in your tool drawer when you're done. You can even hang them up on the wall when you're done. So I mean, it does have its purpose for certain people out here. Maybe a maintenance guy. If you're a maintenance guy and you work on stuff frequently, whether it's metric standard, I mean, these cases are pretty good to have on hand. And in the metric sizes, you're probably going to get some skip sizes, and you'll get the sizes that this size doesn't cover. You know, for the price of $22, I guess it's not too bad. But we're going to crack her open and check her out. Anyhow, this is model number CMMT 12079. They are durable, thick-handled, corrosion-resistant finish, storage tray integrated. Now, of course, the sizes on this are 3/8 all the way up to 3/4. Doesn't skip any sizes in between. This is made in China from heat-treated, fully polished Chrome Vanadium steel. It's got that satin type finish to it. I usually call it dirty chrome finish. It does have the Craftsman name brand and size indicators die stamped onto the handles here and right here below the base of the open jaws. On the opposite side, it's only got the 13/16 here and the model number and the indicators telling you which country of origin it come from, which will end up being China and Stanley Black & Decker. Now, if you compare these to some of them at SEARS, the SEARS is going to have different stamping on them, and that lets them know whether they're going to warranty the product or not for you. Either way, they do have the lifetime warranty through Craftsman. You got any problems with warranties, go to the link in the description box below, right there on screen, or call the number, either one, and they'll hook you up. All that information is right here on the back, 1-888-331-4569. Now, will these do the job that you need them to do? Absolutely. They'll do the job of any other set of wrenches out here. And if you like Craftsman, you're a do-it-yourselfer. You know, you're not doing a whole bunch of serious repairs. Maybe you work on small engines, something like that. These will be perfectly fine for what you need. They're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be the best in the world. But they are going to be nice to have on hand if you need them. Now, when you get these, if you want to unlock them, it's got these little plastic rivets right here. You're going to have to cut them off, and then this thing pops up, so it unlocks the case. All you got to do is take your little razor knife there, pull them things right out. There you go. Push up on it. And you can keep these around if you want to use them for travel, because these things probably won't stay in here quite as well as you would hope that they would for travel. But I mean, they do lock into place if you push them in and down because of the design right here. It's got that little angle, that little groove right there. So it will kind of lock it into place. I wouldn't trust it if you dropped it or anything like that. But I mean, it's going to be right for somebody out here. Now, the biggest problem that you're going to have with these that a lot of people complain about is going to be the broaching. and the thickness. Now, in comparison to some of them that you can pick up at SEARS, I will tell you this much: SEARS has better deals, especially if you have a SEARS hometown store nearby. Go into it, check them out in store. They will not tell you online what their prices are. You might find some stuff from Sears.com from time to time, and they will match it in most stores. If not, you can buy it and pick it up there in store from online. So it kind of works out both ways. But if you go in store, they will have sales going on that they will not show you online. I picked up a really nice set of these wrenches for like 50 bucks. It's a $100 set of tools. They even got them down there at Lowe's right now for like 80, 90 bucks. And I got the whole set for $50 at SEARS. It does the exact same thing. They look the exact same way. I mean, they're both made in China. They just got a different indicator on them. They probably come out of the same factory. But what you're going to have here is the 12-point design. And what most people have a problem with is the broaching. Now, you can see this one doesn't look entirely too bad. You can see where it comes a little bit close on this point right here. None of these are entirely too bad. Now this one down here goes a little bit up to the edge there. So, you know, if it's going to be weak, it's going to be closer to that edge. It's going to be weaker on the edge than it is on the inside. Now this one looks about right. That's the way they're supposed to look. Right here on the 7/16, you can tell that the broaching is severely off on this one, because whenever they put the 12-point design inside there, they basically stamped it too far to the left-hand side right here. So if it's going to be weak, it's going to be right through here. And I compared some of these sets before I picked these up, and this was the better one of the bunch. All the 7/16 was a little bit screwed up when I looked at them, but this one was closest to being down toward the handle itself, so I figured it would reinforce it better than the ones that had the thin broaching on the outer edge right there. And then the 3/8. I mean, it is what it is. For what you're paying for these, not too bad. Travel set, throw in your truck set, do-it-yourself set, a little bit of everything in between. They'll do all the work you need them to do. Now, I've worked professionally for years doing industrial repairs and automotive repairs, things like that, and the old school USA Craftsman has held up this whole time. I haven't had to warranty a single wrench. Now, did I lose some? Absolutely. You know, did somebody steal some? Did I leave some in the back of somebody's truck or under the hood? Hell yeah, I did. That's why I'm replacing some of the stuff I am right now. But, I mean, the old school Craftsman, it was great. And if you find some out here in the market and you buy it and use it, you know what? You can still warranty it. The only problem is you're not going to get USA made back in its place, at least not right now. Stanley Black & Decker is supposed to be building a factory to where they can reproduce American-made ratchets, wrenches, and sockets by the end of 2020. I don't know what COVID-19 will do, but keep that in mind. All this stuff, if they do bring it back to the States, the biggest problem is going to be, are they going to have the quality again? Are they going to be using global materials? If they're buying the same cheap steel from China and then making it here in the States, you know what? It might be the same quality. But now if they actually start manufacturing and doing a good job making USA-made stuff, you might be able to warranty these out one at a time for that American-made steel once again. These are every bit just as thick as the old ones. And I mean, as far as the fit and finish, they really ain't too bad. The biggest problem is going to be the broaching and, of course, the quality of metal. If it's going to be a little bit softer or if it's going to wear out a little bit faster, you know, if the jaws are going to spread open compared to the old school ones and all that kind of stuff in between. But, I mean, let's just face facts. Most of us use these wrenches. We've got them in our toolboxes, and we beat the living hell out of them, and that's exactly what we use them for. Now, when it comes to this, if I'm going to, you know, spend money on this, or if I'm going to buy something from Harbor Freight, I don't want to waste my money on Pittsburgh Pro. The only thing Pittsburgh Pro is good for is if you want something as loaner tools, banger tools, you know, you don't care what happens to it. Somebody walks out the door with it, all that kind of stuff in between. You want to cut them up, heat them, bend them, weld them, all that kind of stuff. There you go. Go get Pittsburgh. You want something that's halfway decent quality for the price, for personal use. Craftsman is still a pretty good product to have on hand. They're just not the best quality in the world. If you want some even better wrenches, in my opinion, I believe the Tecton wrenches are really nice, well-made wrenches. They're made in Taiwan. Also, really affordable price. You can buy just about any size combination you want. Check them out at Tecton.com. But everybody's seen these wrenches, and I just wanted to, you know, talk about them for a minute, talk about the pros and cons of them, a few other little odds and ends, because I'm smack dab in the middle of work. I'm waiting on somebody to show up so I can get some stuff done, get some internet hooked back up, and I'm going to get right back to work again. But if y'all want to see more tool reviews, tool deals, deal alerts, shop talk, tool talk, how-to videos, do-it-yourself videos, you want to see these tools in action, all you got to do is pop the clutch on that subscribe button, go over to Instagram, hit that follow button on the Backwoods Mechanics page, and of course, go grab yourself some tools and start making repairs great again.